Bobble stitch is easy to crochet and can be used for so many different projects, both for the home or clothing and for things like baby blankets. You can set the bobbles just in any possible way, like here they are in tight rows, here they are a bit further apart, and you can also form shapes using them, like you may have seen hearts. You can also have different spaces in between them, because the rows where you don't have the bobbles can be any kind of crochet. Especially if you want your bobble stitch blanket or something larger grow faster, you can use the stitch that makes 2 double crochet rows at the same time. I'm linking a video to that in the description. The wrong side of these stitches is completely flat. The bobbles are only on one side. So the stitch goes also well for projects like hats that you want to have flat on the inside. So let's see how we make it. So we'll make a couple of bobble stitches now. I have a small piece of crochet just to show the stitches. As we just saw, you can spread the bobbles in so many different ways, but there are 2 things that are always the same. And the first one is that you make the bobbles on the wrong side of the work. So you are always on the wrong side when you start making a new bobble. And the other one is that you make it on a single crochet row. And that's single crochet using American crochet terms. In British crochet terms, that's double crochet. So I've started the row here, and I make a couple more single crochets before making the bobble stitch. There. And then I'll make the bobble into the next stitch. And it's always made only into one stitch. And what we need is 5 double crochets into one stitch. So yarn over and start a double crochet and yarn over and pull through, but we don't finish that double crochet off. Instead we start another one, and that goes into that same stitch. And again we leave it without the last stage. Then a third one into that same stitch, and again leaving it like that. Another one and one more. Can be a bit hard to see where the stitches go. So you can either count until you have 5 of them, or it may be easier to count that you always need to have 6 stitches on the hook, because you have the single crochet that we had to start with. So that's 6 stitches now. And now I take a yarn over and pull that yarn through all of them at the one go. So that's my bobble stitch. And as we were saying, we are on the wrong side, so you can sort of push it a bit so it goes outwards, backwards. And then after that you need at least 1 single crochet to keep it tight, to hold it the shape it is. So this is what it looks like from the side, and this is what it looks like on the right hand side of the work. And now you can make another one straight away or have a little bit of space. If you want the bobbles really tight, you would just have that 1 single crochet in between. I find that to be too tight, too close together. I always make at least 2 single crochets in between. I'll make 3 now. And now again I'll make another one. So 5 double crochets into one stitch. That's 4 now, and 1 more. And again I have 6 stitches on the hook and pull through all of them, push it backwards and a single crochet into the next stitch. You can make that fairly tight so that it holds it there. And I'm not making any more on this row. I'll finish this row off and then we'll just look at how you take that bobble into consideration on the next row, whichever way you are crocheting that row. I'll make a double crochet row there next so that I'll get a bit of space in between the bobbles. I normally chain 2 and turn and then have double crochets right from the first stitch. So you just crochet until you get to the bobble. And when you come to it, you can turn it so that you see the underside, and there you see a small stitch and one bigger one and then smaller ones. And it's important here that you don't by accident increase or decrease your stitches. So you need one into every stitch. So this is the small one right after the bobble, one double crochet into that. And then there's one bigger one, because the one that we used to make the bobble always stretches a bit. So one stitch into that. So this way we know that we are keeping the same number of stitches. And then you continue a stitch into each stitch. So we had 3 in between. The third one coming from this direction is quite small. The one right after the bobble. And now here again I have this longer stitch. And that's where I'll have just one. And here we are, and then I can continue according to whatever way I want my project to look like. So I could have many rows in between or make bobbles on the next row again. So that's all for today. Enjoy your crochet!